Carlos Ghosn's arrest has brought an unusual aspect of Japan's justice system into the spotlight. It's built to extract confessions. It's part of why Ghosn has been detained without an end in sight. Here's how the unusual process works. After his arrest in November last year, Ghosn was held in jail for about 3 weeks before the first formal charges were filed. Compare that to the US, where a suspect generally cannot be held without charges for more than 48 to 72 hours, depending on the state. These long stretches of time in jail can pressure suspects into making confessions. If they admit wrongdoing, they can be set free very quickly. If they don't, they can stay behind bars awaiting trial for 6 months or even up to a year. That's where Ghosn is now after being denied bail. In a letter to Human Rights Watch, Ghosn's wife said that for hours, prosecutors, quote, browbeat Ghosn, lecture him, and berate him outside the presence of his attorneys in an effort to extract a confession. The deputy chief prosecutor in Tokyo says all interrogations are conducted properly. Ghosn said at a court hearing earlier this month that all the accusations were, quote, meritless and unsubstantiated. If prosecutors want to hold suspects for more than 3 weeks, the suspect can be rearrested on new suspicions, and that basically resets the detention clock. And based on this new suspicion, the suspect can be held for 3 additional weeks. There's no limit to the number of times the suspect can be rearrested as long as a separate crime is cited in each case. In Ghosn's case, he was arrested on November 19th on suspicions that he underreported his income in Nissan financial statements. On December 21st, after a judge rejected the prosecutor's request to hold him for 10 more days, prosecutors cited new suspicions that he shifted personal losses to Nissan. So far, Ghosn has been rearrested twice. He's been held about 2 months since his arrest. Defendants can apply for release on bail after they're indicted, but these requests are typically not granted, as we saw in the Ghosn case. Bail is the exception rather than the rule, and virtually unheard of for foreigners, according to the U.S. Embassy's website. At a court hearing earlier this month, the judge said Ghosn should remain behind bars because he's a flight risk and because he might destroy evidence if released. Ghosn's lawyer said he could be in jail for another 6 months before his trial begins. In some areas, the Japanese legal system gives suspects more rights than in the U.S. For example, in the U.S., it's very common for police to tap the phones of a suspect, and in Japan, that's much more difficult for authorities to do. But for defendants like Ghosn who deny wrongdoing, life is tough. And for Ghosn, it may not get better anytime soon.